Trey, please report to the choir room.
All right, so today we talked about variables on both sides. And we're going to go over the examples and not the graphic organizer with the wireless company first. I'll talk about that in another short video. So today we went over examples one. Tomorrow we'll go over our word problems, how to write those, and our objective is I can solve equations with variables on each side. So we're solving the variables on each side. If you notice here that you have 8 plus 4d equals 5d, and we are checking our solution. So the very first thing I'm going to do is write the problem down. Now, if you notice there are two variables here and not two constants, 8 is the constant. 8 is the constant. There are two variables with two coefficients. I need to get my variables together. Now, to do that, the constant needs to stay where it is. So I need to move my 4d with my 5d. But how do I do that? It's added, so I have to subtract. When I subtract 4d minus 4d, that gives me 0. So that leaves just an 8 on this side. And 5d minus 4d is going to be just 1d. So I wrote down just a single d. We check it. How do we check it? We write the problem down. We replace our answer. We can replace that variable with our answer. So every time I see a d, I'm going to put an 8 because that was my answer. So 4 times d, because 4 times d, so 4 times 8. 5 times d, so 5 times 8. We're going to leave the 8 because order operations say we need to multiply before we add or subtract. So 4 times 8 is 32. 5 times 8 is 40. 8 plus 32 is 40. 40 equals 40. B. I am going to do a separate video with multiple ways to solve equations with variables on both sides and constants on both sides because there are multiple ways. So I need to do a single video just with those. So I'll come back and do other ways. But I'm going to start because I like my variables on the left. I'm going to get my variables on the left. So that means I need to move that 4n to my 6n. How do I move it? Well, I can only move by subtracting. Because it's already positive, so the only way to make it become 0 or cancel out is to subtract 4n from both sides. 6n minus 4n is 2n minus 1. This cancels out to be 0. We brought down our equal sign. This is going to give me a negative 5. Now, at this point, you can see that this is different. Now, it's a different equation. It is a two-step equation. So we went over those in the previous video. So we do the inverse of subtraction, which is adding. So I'm going to add 1 to both sides. That will cancel out or become 0. 2n equals negative 4. We're going to divide both sides by 2 because that is our coefficient. Negative 4 divided by 2 is a negative 2. Let's check it. Make sure we're right. Write the problem down first. We're going to replace n with negative 2 every time we see it. So 6 times n, or 6 times negative 2, minus 1. 4 times n, so times negative 2, minus 5. 6 times 2 is a negative 12. Minus 1. That's going to give me, we're going to do that side in a minute. We're going to go ahead and do 4 times negative 2, which is negative 8 minus 5. Take our calculator, negative 12 minus 1 should give you a negative 13. Negative 8 minus 5 should give you a negative 13. So our answer is correct, and we check. Okay? So we're going to do a few more examples. Here we have C and D. It says 8A equals 5A plus 21. Remember, 21 is your constant. It stays where it is because it is the only constant in the equation. So it means I have to move 5A. So I can't add 5A because 5 plus 5 is 10, not 0. So I have to minus 5A from both sides. That cancels out. 8A minus 5A is 3A equals that 21. Coefficient is 3, so we can divide both sides by 3. 3 is the coefficient because it's being multiplied times your variable, and your variable is A. 21 divided by 3 is 7. Let's check it. 8A equals 5A plus 21. Again, write your problem now. So 8 times 7, because A is 7, that's what we're saying it is. 5 times 7 plus 21. 8 times 7 is 56. 5 times 7 is 35. Now all we have to do is add 35 plus 21 and we get 56. That is correct. D. 3x minus 7 equals 8x plus 23. Once again, I like my variables on the left and my constants on the right. So I am going to move 8x, even though it's larger than 3x. You'll see in another video, you can do it the opposite way. So 3x minus 8x gives me 5x minus 7, because we did not use that, we're going to bring it down. And 8x minus 8x is 0. That leaves me with 23. So now we're at our two-step equation. So now we do the opposite or the inverse of minus 7, which is plus 7. It's going to give me 5x is equal to 30. Our coefficient is negative 5. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 5. X is going to be equal to a negative 6. Negative 6. I'm sorry. Let me scoot it up. Negative 6. We check it. So 3x minus 7 equals 8x plus 23. So we're going to replace x with negative 6. 3 times negative 6 minus 7. 8 times negative 6 plus 23. Again, I put the 6 there because I replaced each of the variables with negative 6. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. Sorry. Negative 18 minus 7. 8 times negative 6 is negative 48 plus 23. Negative 18 minus 7 is going to be a negative 25. Negative 48 plus 23 is going to be a negative 25. Check. And we are done. Tomorrow we will talk about writing equations with variables on each side. And that will be in video 2. Video 2. I'm also going to add a video, many different ways to solve variables on both sides. If you want to watch that, you can, because I did not do that in class for a reason. We did not have enough time, but I will definitely do that in a minute and post that. So have a good afternoon.